Welcome back to Outer Worlds 2. We're still on Praetor, looking for a Glorious Dawn communication device that Asa can use. We've also got a few more lightning rod buildings to set right before we say farewell to this rock. The good news is that we've picked up some interesting weapons, and it's time to test them out. So, can I shrink dead objects? So I guess it has essentially unlimited ammo. So now we're going to wait on word from Virgil. Meanwhile, still need to find that device. Those banners look familiar.
Looks like a Dawn camp is up ahead. We should be able to find one of our devices there.
And also a rift.
Mediating! Lethally!
Oh, I'm thinking...
At your word, I shall charge!
At who? Whom? Where that corpse is. Abandoned Glorious Dawn Journal. After slipping past the heathens of the Protectorate and arriving at our target destination, we've located the rift our cell has been charged with protecting. This is my first time observing one directly. Architect, it is a thing of pure beauty. I now better understand why other members of the Glorious Dawn have fallen to their base temptations and given themselves over to the Architect by entering a rift permanently. I don't foresee this being a concern within our cell, given the quality of the devout brothers and sisters gathered here. E.
None shall stand against us!
Really? So does the rift bring in attackers?
Lethal measures at the ready, Commander!
All right, what's last whisper? 49 times 8. That's a lot of damage. The shell uses shells. Shots are silent as a whisper and automatically dissolve corpses into ashes. Attacks against unaware enemies deal plus 100% damage, increasing up to 150% with your sneak skill. In other words, 100% damage. Wow. We're just accumulating all sorts of interesting weapons. Abandoned Glorious Dawn Journal number 3. Architect, I met my wit's end. 2 more members of our cell entered the rift of their own volition over the past several days. Last night I posted a guard, but this morning I woke to find that the guard and several others had entered the rift, leaving the camp short-handed and unguarded. There are only 3 of us left. This camp is falling apart on my watch. I've taken it upon myself to personally guard the rift. I will not sleep nor abandon my post until I'm confident that the other 2 will not prematurely enter the rift. B. So I guess every time we're opening the rift, some of those who've gone into the rift are coming back out and fighting us. That was Terminal 3. This is Terminal 1. So there should be a Terminal 2. Though this doesn't seem like a very big facility. So I don't know where it would be. Up, right there. Abandoned Glorious Dawn Journal number 2. We experienced a rather unfortunate accident this morning. While setting up the remainder of camp, one of our sisters lost their footing while carrying our precious decryption key. A novice brother leapt to catch it. Alas, they managed to throw themselves directly into the rift with the device in the process. A most unfortunate setback. Under the circumstances, I'd send a runner back to our parent cell for a replacement, but remaining hidden is of greater importance than acquiring a replacement decryption key at this juncture. Of greater concern to myself was the look in the eyes of the other brothers and sisters when they watched young brother Ellis disappear into the rift. Hunger? Longing? I hope it was but a momentary lapse. Okay, this is what we're looking for. This device.
Finally! Maybe now I can get to the truth of this kill order nonsense. I just need to check our comms device for a coded message from my old acquaintance, Severin. I knew it! He wants to help me find out who's behind this. I sent a reply telling him to meet me at a place that should be safe. It's on Cloister.
Okay, where do we stand here? Both of these are now on other locations. But we do still want to find those lightning towers as we can. Well, there are lots of locations we've never been to. Here, here, here. So there seem to be lots of places where we could find those lightning towers. Yeah, more or less. I think the best test for this would be against something slow moving and not horribly dangerous. Because it seems too slow to be as
To battle!
Stop that.
Commander, stop dying at once!
Hey, it finally gets to use a trauma kit.
Restore my life or avenge my death!
Not bad. And now there's nobody to revive me. Oh, I have 2 of those. Those fire rockets. This one fires electric rockets. Doesn't do as much damage, but the damage stacks. But we'll start with this one. It was worth a try. Encryption key. It works pretty good. Because I don't miss.
From within, Commander. Mediating. I despise that people. And yet,
Look up, Commander. Don't make me avenge you.
I'm glad we made it off Greater Tranquility Station. Presumably, the delegates did as well. I'm pleased we prevented their murder. But they remain my enemies, peddling a false peace. I only hope we do not pay for this decision in the future. Let us focus on the task at hand, saving Arcadia from the rifts.
Unfortunately, your directorate found a flaw in you. Wasteful. Conserving and preparing for the future was overrated. You can be careless, but sometimes things just work out. You always find ammo when scavenging things you kill, but your reckless demeanor makes you an easy target for vendors. So vendor prices are now 25% higher, but killed enemies always drop ammo. Interesting. So I've got one flaw that makes vendor prices better, and now this one would make them worse. And it would make them worse than the other one makes them better. Interesting. Of course, the key question is, what kind of ammo do they drop? I'd like to understand how that cave just seemed to manufacture enemies like that. Oh, and I have no ammo, so the question is, would this one still work? I have one rocket. Yeah. This one. I have lots of ammo for that. I don't know how good this is going to be at close range.
battle!
Wrist weapon primed!
Ready to dispense judgment!
I believe. I'm alive. Who needs to die?
I am primed to punish!
So it looks like it's completely random as far as what type of ammo I get. Sometimes even get grenades.
I shall not stay your execution!
Sorry about that.
Every component None shall stand against us!
Why were there no controls? Excuse me. I didn't think we were going to answer.
I shall
Bolted sniper rifle. Personal Reflections, number 247. Today it occurred to me that I'm especially grateful for the tiny role I play in our glorious Sovereign's plan and the inspiration it brings me. Each day I take up position in this post and watch over the other blessed subjects who have bravely chosen to correct not an external wrong, but one within themselves. They march towards mental refreshment, some in silence, some repeating favored phrases of the Sovereign, and still others quietly weeping with relief that their time in the darkness of uncertainty is coming to an end. Their dedication fills me with purposefulness. And yet every day, the numbers needing healing increase, and I fear that the war with the bit-driven enemy is harming the Protectorate in more ways than mere bullets and bombs. That simply encountering the diseased minds of the capitalists does damage to our gray matter. But no, there can be no room in my mind for doubting him. Perhaps I need to join the path to mental purity myself.
That's influences.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
taking punitive action.
Oh my.
Unleash my might upon them.
Back in my sight. Recharge for mayhem! This weapon's prime!
Protectorate Excavation Notes. Praetor Excavation Project 00762. Command had previously given orders to excavate sufficient tunnels through a mountain to allow mobilization military assets towards one of Anti's forward operating bases. The drilling teams were operating at peak efficiency, and we were even ahead of our designated timetable. Unfortunately, a couple days ago, our scanners began detecting anomalies, which only intensified the longer we dug. I called a general cessation of work for fear that we were about to strike a pocket of natural gas or some devious trap set by the underhanded forces of Anti's choice. We will continue to monitor the situation for the time being, but for the safety of my fellow subjects, I won't resume excavation operations until I deem it safe to do so. Praise the Matriarch, Senior Engineer Aldrich. Well, each round fired from this weapon is pretty potent.
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler.
But it's a long
the
time between
console.
shots. Refreshed to be.
The Protectorate possesses the
We're
advanced
refreshed.
technology and
So
know-how
refreshed.
Straight to it,
Unfriendly
then.
company. They're mine.
why we are all
Somebody lost? Maintain. They hate our...
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnessarium here on Praetor is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by head director Guru, the top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing
Continuing
than
inspection.
Remember, collective cognitive compliance is a key part of our perfect society. When we comply together, we thrive together.
Move carefully.
State your intentions.
Mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue entertainment, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions
The console provides the system of eyes.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
subject
Enemy
prosper under
spotted.
the guidance of our Ben.
To battle!
Invasive elements!
This place is a mess. See, it's that music. That's just making you hostile.
Personally overseen by head refresher Gould. Cognitive divisor responsible for making
Gray gone astray? Book a stay today.
Come in, come right in, and be refreshed.
It is the duty of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Supplemental pharmacology details. A memo from head refresher Gould notes that subjects are to be administered doses of reproritin through multiple means every day. Details follow regarding the means it should be provided and how the enhanced suggestibility it provides makes it an essential part of the mental refreshment process that boosts retention of protectorate propaganda.
We rout all disruptive influences.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, placid waters will...
Are you ready to realign with the paradigm? To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts?
All it takes is some light instruction, a restorative cocktail,
And a quick dip into the lathe of particularity to abrade your imperfections. I'm Head Refresher Gould,
and I guarantee when you exit our doors,
you'll be a productive member of our perfect society again. Soon you'll say,
goodbye, imperfect thoughts. Hello, contentment.
As an arbiter, I welcome any procedure that...
Our contentment.
Why is the room spinning?
Greetings, subject. Or should I say, refreshed to be.
It is the duty of every
Welcome to the Wellnetarium. You're not on my schedule. A walk-in, then. Wonderful. Once you're properly evaluated, we'll have you well on your way to refreshment.
And then our heads will be as empty as yours. I've seen this too many times. It's not as fun as it sounds.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing refreshment.
Yeah, I'm definitely here for refreshment. You're going to let me in for that, right?
Why, of course. Naturally. It is the duty of every subject to submit for a quick mental tune-up whenever we experience imperfect thoughts or lack a little zeal.
Yeah, tell me more about mental refreshment.
Head Refresher Gould says mental refreshment increases tractability, stifles undue agitatement, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry. I've undergone the procedure myself, several times they say, and look at me now, never more content.
Yes. Can we skip the evaluation?
Our intake evaluation automech here simply needs to ask you a few questions to amply delineate your phreноmetric matrix. A baseline understanding of your character and background will assist our facilitators in determining the ideal regimen necessary to abrade any perceived personality irregularities.
Okay, I'll talk to the automech.
Yes, as it is an unthinking automaton capable of mindlessly parroting pre-programmed responses.
Okay.
Simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left, / your right, and it will begin your assessment.
refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
I don't see an automech. Oh.
Greeting, subject unscheduled. Welcome to Placid Waters Welditarium. Evaluation commencing. Subjects are required to respond 100% accurately to all queries. Bespoke prescribed regimens may produce untoward ramifications if baseline data is greater than minutely erroneous. Query 1. Concisely characterize your personal perspective.
I ask questions.
Incorrect. The accepted answer is, I fulfill my duty to the Sovereign as a loyal protectorate subject by operating at peak efficacy, without error, perpetually. Each a vital cog. Query 2. Rate your present level of zealous efficaciousness on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the highest, 3 being a traitor, 1 being dead.
My efficaciousness knows no bounds.
Incorrect. Wait, processing. That was correct. No subject has ever answered that query accurately before to date. The degree of zealous efficaciousness expected of a dutiful and true subject of the Protectorate is beyond measure. Query 3. Do you ever fall prey to imperfect thoughts, including, but not limited to, doubt, disbelief, uncertainty, curiosity, recalcitrance, and mischief?
Oh, never.
Unacceptable. Obsequious denial detected. A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry. Final query. How would your neighbors describe you?
An ideal protectorate subject.
Processing determination. An acceptable response. The appropriate reply was, they never questioned, never doubted. Their zeal never lagged. Formulating conclusion. Phrenometric matrix delineated. Subject evaluation score total 150 out of 200. The acceptable amount for a true and dutiful protectorate subject is 0. In conclusion, you are in dire need of mental refreshment. Now, proceed to the nearby pneumatic tube to collect your complimentary unitard and lift pass. Next, proceed one floor down, where you will be directed further. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
Undue agitatement stymies untoward inclinations and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
The console provides, the system abides.
Interesting that I wasn't disarmed.
They would deem my resolve inadequate? Insanity! Their analysis procedure is clearly faulty.
Possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Unsanctioned thoughts are strictly prohibited.
Don't forget, your unthinking compliance lets the paradigm run with flawless efficiency. Unthinking is essential. Unthink today. Unthink tomorrow. Unthink forever.
Wow.
Their team plays the worst anyone has ever played. Our first back is perfect. Our pitch ball is well conveyed. Oh, you're new. Must be. You still retain that look of inquiry and deliberation.
It is
I'm
personally
Waylon.
overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive
I make all
advisor
songs about the
responsible
paradigm
for making
abiders.
the mental refreshment
Folks tend to get rather
process
sore
more
about it.
refreshing
The
than
original
ever.
version's about being a good protectorate subject. and turning in your neighbor if they lack zeal or think thoughts and such. In my case, my daughter reported me.
Remember,
Your daughter?
Of course. We're all supposed to watch each other close, to keep the paradigm on track and abiding. First thing you do when you're back is thank the person who did it.
Yeah, we need to get you out of here.
I couldn't leave. Not yet. Haven't completed my regimen. My phrenometric peaks are still jutting all over the place, they say.
Yeah, I'm a high-ranking protectorate so-and-so. You have to come with me.
Are you in disguise? I don't recognize so-and-so as a title. This feels a bit curious to me, but I feel compelled not to question it too much. Maybe the treatment is working. I'd go with you, I guess, but I need something first. They took all my things when I arrived, stored them in storage. My commemorative pitch balls in there, from my favorite team, the Paradigm Abiders. Can't leave without it.
Yeah, you do know their 30-second back only works hard in the playoffs.
Some say the Sovereign Sluggers are better, but the efficients always used to rule in their favor. Anyhow, my daughter got me this ball to commemorate a big game. I had to turn in my personal items when I was admitted. On account I tried to leave once or twice before. Saw them put it in a closet behind reception upstairs.
Okay. So if I get your ball, you'll leave?
Suppose so. Maybe almost, at least. One way out's the safest. Someone dug a tunnel in the kitchen pantry, though there are 2 automechs assigned there now, to keep subjects from wandering in and ambling off. That doesn't seem like the sort of thing that'd be allowed, but guess you know what you're doing. I'll be dithering about here in the meanwhile. Oh, hello.
Here on Praetor is uniquely special.
Medicament dispensement has concluded for today. Please proceed
the top
to
cognitive
the lecture
divisor
to
responsible
request
for
an
making
exception.
the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
The kitchen pantry is presently off limits due to anomalous structural tampering.
To the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our...
Wow. It's funny. Oh, look at that. Yeah, see, trauma kits cost more now. That's a shame.
The Protectorate. We're all in this together.
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to
Settle down, everyone. Lecture's playing. Prepare to be edified.
For today's topic, we'll touch on why our program is so very important. Ignorant, misguided outsiders may wonder, why does the Protectorate need mental refreshment? Doesn't it inhibit personal freedom? Yet this freedom they celebrate is a yawning chaos, and their choice is an invitation to failure, loss, and anarchy. It is a sad fact that all human beings require direction. As my good friend the Consul would say, at its base, humanity unguided is cravenly, inept, and...
The kitchen pantry is presently off limits due to anomalous structural tampering.
Paradigm charts our course, gives us purpose. The Consul is the firm hand that guides us. Mental refreshment keeps us on task, free from doubt. Perfect. And thus we enjoy amity, luxury, and resplendence.
Medicament dispensement has concluded for today.
Please proceed to envy our prosperity.
Greetings, new person. You have a look of query about you. I have answers to questions and no questions to answer. Hello, my name is Abigail, and I am realigned with the paradigm.
Of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency.
What are you in for?
I once possessed a failing of character where I would voice simple statements in a way that sounded like a question? Drat! There, did it again. Anyhow, I was reported for it?
So what's this refreshment about?
Head Refresher Gould says his recorded lectures are key to thinking approved thoughts. He tells us what to think and what thoughts are unsanctioned. It's also very helpful. That, a restorative cocktail of pharmaceuticals, and a quick dip into the lathe of particularity device can abrade all imperfections.
The lathe of particularity. You don't have any pills, do you?
Only internally, I'm afraid. You should speak to refreshment facilitator Tilden in the lecture hall.
So what is this lathe of particularity device?
Why, it's right outside Head Refresher Gould's office. He'll schedule you an appointment. Just follow the signs to the lecture hall.
Disruptive influences.
You aren't curious about who I am and why I'm here?
Pondering begets disharmony. To deliberate is to court ruin. Notions are a gateway to mayhem, bedlam, turmoil, and vexation. Thinking never made anybody happy.
I should go.
Refreshment is inevitable. You can't fight contentment.
Responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate
ruin?
Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea.
Well, I don't have enough lock picks. And I think... How many do I have?
It is the duty of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
So it seems I have oodles of mag picks.
To deliberate is to court ruin.
But lack lock picks.
All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's what...
Nope, they're not going to help me out.
We're all happy and contented, and others are not.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
Aw, a new face. Well, I'd welcome you to the Wellnetarium, but the designated subject reader ought to have attended to that by now.
Placid Waters Wellnetarium, here on Prater.
Can you tell me about this
Admitting
place?
your question is the first step in your recovery. But worry not. Soon enough, with our help and a little work, you'll never question again.
How do I get an example of this facility's propaganda methodologies?
I see you found the lecture as edifying as all the others here. Good, good. Collective cognitive compliance is a key part of the prescribed curative regimen. Head Refresher Gould provides us with daily lectures in audio cartridge form to steer group thinking. As they say, to think together is to together thrive. Upstairs in the audiovisual aids office, of course. Though that area is off limits to all subjects not a part of facility staff or security.
Yeah, as far as you know, there's a good reason to give me access.
How very interesting. Here, take my pass then. It grants access to all mid-privilege priority areas.
What the heck? Where can I find pharmaceuticals?
You've missed the daily medicament dispensement, if that's what you mean. But you should take that up with the medicament dispensement automech directly. You must mean the lathe of particularity. One assumes you haven't had a session with Head Refresher Gould yet. You'll soon learn all about it firsthand. You'll feel ever so much better once your phrenometric peaks have been abraded.
They're just handing out keys to anyone around here, aren't they? Mental refreshment really cleans out your common sense. Like
so
an enema for your gray matter.
And others are not.
Prudence dictates. We
Sharp enough. Hostiles nearby.
And disengage.
Shall not stay your execution.
Plasma tolerances exceeded. Plasma tolerances exceeded.
Sustain the system!
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Your pathway. Okay, so what's through this door?
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in.
Mental refreshment pharmacology sample. This daily dose of reprioritin is a key component in Protectorate mental refreshment process pharmacology. An accompanying note from Head Refresher Gould reads, Reprioritin helps you reprioritize on what matters most, your unthinking complacency. Leave the thinking to your betters with reprioritin. Oh.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Looks like there's a person on the other side of that.
Compliance lets the paradigm run with flawless efficiency. Unthinking is essential. Unthink today. Unthink tomorrow. Unthink forever.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnessarium here on Freighter is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Okay.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
I sure do.
Subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Nice weather we have been having, or not having. Goodbye.
Think only prescribed thoughts, and no bliss and plenty.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
All right, we need to get him his ball.
We repel invasive elements. The top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Is a fellow subject lacking?
Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea. It's the law.
You'll feel ever so much better once your phreноmetric peaks have been abraded.
The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and
Medicament dispensement has concluded for today. Please proceed to the lecture hall to request an exception.
Remember, all subjects prosper
Come here
under
often.
the guidance of
Goodbye.
our beneficent
This
ruler,
unit
the
our
consul.
banter.
Oh boy.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Oh, we actually were on the other side just a minute ago.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnetarium here on Prater is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in.
can't say I know what you're looking at there.
The console provides, the system abides.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms. Prudence dictates
Like to get to that
cherish all we have.
observation level.
Any other questions?
Aha.
I spy my next victim. I mean a hostile combatant.
Lethal measures at the ready, Commander.
Let us reconvene. Great was their trespass against us. Refilling my waste.
You've gained privileged access somehow. Our superiors must have arranged it.
Yeah, that's it.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all
Protectorate of Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellatarium Intake Terminal. Greetings, Refreshment Facilitator. Please select from the following options. From Head Refresher Gould, Special Administrations Ward. I ask all personnel to refrain from discussing any and all topics pertaining to the unnamed subject currently abiding in our Special Administrations Ward. Unless you are requested to help with his care, please pretend he is currently residing somewhere else far away, perhaps on a nice farm or something. Remember, questions are an unmistakable sign of worry, disquietment, and rumination. A subject having questions is a telltale sign of requiring refreshment. Ever yours, Head Refresher Gould.
It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
There's the baseball.
Of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases sensitivity, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations,
Head Refresher Lecture Audio Cartridge. This series of recorded lectures from Head Refresher Gould is a key component in Protectorate Mental Refreshment Process Methodology. An accompanying note from Head Refresher Gould reads, "Turn up a smidge when I get to the good part." You know, that bit where I mention how at its base, humanity unguided is cravenly inept and slothful.
Fashions the mind into a thing.
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our magnificent ruler, the Consul.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Greetings, trusted personnel. Please select from the following. Okay. I think we already unsealed those two. From Refreshment Facilitator Tilden, Reach and Kitchen Pantry. One must assume that the large gaping hole inside the kitchen pantry has a perfectly reasonable reason for being there, yet I have observed several sprats entering the facility through it and retreating with our full supply of perilous indulgence cravel cakes. Please disregard if this is in line with the Paradigm's plan. All best, Refreshment Facilitator Tilden. From Head Refresher Gould, subject breach abatement. If I'm reading my last message from one of our dear overly refreshed refreshment facilitators correctly, someone appears to have dug an escape tunnel in our kitchen pantry. I shouldn't have to inform you this is literally a preposterous breach of security for our facility. Post automechs at the entrance and seal the kitchen immediately. And have one of our inspirational posters or something placed over the hole. It's embarrassing. Then find out who's responsible. Well, I guess we know how to escape. Impact hammer. I think there's no carry weight limit. Oh, this place is big. Oh, there's Gould.
Could have sworn no one was due for hours. Wherever is your chart? Wait, you're not a patient. You're not even a Protectorate subject, are you? I see it now. You possess the telltale look of wonder and introspection.
This one's gray matter still appears to be functional, which probably means they're in charge.
Well, out with it. Who are you?
My lack of glassy-eyed, bewildered gaze gave me away, did it?
Such a brazen display of derision of Protectorate ways.
Oh, you haven't even seen the first of it.
How provocative. This presents a rare opportunity
to
hone my argumentative skills against the inferior minds and bankrupt philosophies of our rivals. To what end are you here? Tell me truly. Speak plainly.
To detail the horrors of the mental refreshment process.
Sounds like someone's had some indoctrination of their own. You've been tasked by one of our adversaries, I take it. I have a proposal for you. I'll provide you what you wish if you debate me on the merits and failings of each group's ideology in a reasonably competent manner.
How about in a reasonably incompetent manner?
See? This is already more entertaining than any conversation I've had so far today. Well then, how about it?
I'm always up for debate.
There's a good sport. Do try to keep up.
Uh-huh.
So, what of the Order, our former allies, those cursed overthinkers, doomed to lives free of luxury, toiling away in ceaseless cogitation? What say you of them?
That's rich from someone allowed the freedom to think, but who robs it from others.
My position is a burden gladly taken to
Ah.
ease the suffering of our subjects. I think so they don't have to ensure the paradigm runs ably. Their order is chaos to us. Though your point, while gratingly expressed, is noted, albeit grudgingly. What say you about Auntie's choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness of those corporate consumerists?
They greatly reward skill, talent, and innovative ideas. You'd go far over there, surely.
That actually sounds to have some slight merit when you put it that way. I mean, such a system would leave behind the general public, though. All our friends and neighbors. Your point is not completely without worth, I suppose. Only mostly. In the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, technology, a sense of belonging, freedom from doubt, worry, hard work. No, the others simply cannot compare.
Yeah, I guess everything sounds great if you're doing the revising instead of receiving it.
People are unproductively prone to unhappiness. We remove this self-sabotaging flaw so they can fully appreciate the ample bounty we provide, free of doubt and worry.
Mental refreshment robs subjects of curiosity. Without inquisitiveness, would you be you?
Oh, are we to debate the nature of self now? Of identity? Let's stay on topic. I admit I've never submitted myself to the lathe of particularity, but I'm sure it would be like a light, pleasant misting of the mind. I am certain I would return unchanged. Well, admit I assumed this conversation would be more engaging. Did you have any final points you'd like to make? As a, last chance to distinguish yourself?
I'd simply add, you're the smartest person I've spoken to in the Protectorate.
How very nice of you to say. You're not half bad yourself, for a non-Protectorate not me. I must say that was moderately stimulating. Passably interesting at a few points even. Almost intriguing. Now, what next?
Tell me about that contraption.
Oh dear, I don't understand how the machine works, only how to use it. The technical specifications for the lathe of particularity are in my office in the next room, hidden in a cache behind a frame on the wall. Pick up the cap to open it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I do have a schedule to maintain. So many minds to refresh, so little time. Feel free to scavenge around. It's not as if anything you find here will be any use to your masters.
Lathe of Particularity Schematics. These schematics detail the design and construction of the lathe of particularity, a key component in Protectorate mental refreshment process technology. An accompanying note from Head Refresher Gould reads, "Our take on the device is uniquely dignified and refined. All the other mental refreshment facilities are exceptionally jealous of our lathe's streamlined, effective design."
It's zeal for their assignment. Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
A reminder to self. I admit I thought myself rather clever in how thoroughly I'd secured the schematics for the lathe of particularity last week, only to find I'd forgotten the elaborate code I'd devised to open it. Poor exemplar Atherton spent a better part of an hour prying open the cash door. But
That's
now I've
why
got it hidden
mental
in plain sight.
refreshment is
Should be
so
wholly
important.
sufficient. I've reworked the mechanism to simply require that I lift the cap off a rigged mannequin, and the concealed hatch will spring wide open. Oh, though sometimes I don't know why even bother. It's not as if anyone in Placid Waters is capable of more than off-key singing and bass echolalia. What I wouldn't give for a decent conversation around here for a change. Dictated but not read, head refresher, Paolo Gould.
Of our beneficent ruler, the consul.
It's quite a bit of money. It's the only way to get his key would be to end his life.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental
I was led to believe my
process.
case required
That's why we are
minimal
all
treatment.
happy and contented.
But that last session, that was far more intensive.
Strong observation, Your Sublime Radiance. We set the lathe to the maximal abradement setting, per instructions.
Maximal? Who authorized you to use that setting? I demand the name of my betrayer!
Subject is exhibiting increased agitation upon exiting the lathe, consistent with extreme cases. Further abradement recommended.
Who are you speaking to? Are you recording this? Enough of this farce! Release me at once!
What an edifying confabulation.
These are bad people.
Sharp enough. Hostiles near.
Enemy operative!
The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tracking, stifles undue agitation,
Protected of Arcadia, Special Munitions Ward Terminal.
and refashions the mind into a thing
Unseal Munitions Ward. Subject, maximal peak abradement. As you're well aware, repeated sessions in the lathe of particularity at this minimal abradement setting are most conducive to the subject's long-term mental well-being. The maximal abradement setting is generally reserved for the most extreme cases and is meant to be used sparingly, as it has been known to markedly decrement an individual's curiosity and motivation. As you may have observed, this can happen more often than has ever been reported widely, and can also occur at lower settings from time to time. To mention this fact outside the facility is strictly forbidden, as it will undoubtedly undermine confidence in the mental refreshment process and our perfect society. The Council has authorized the use of the maximal abradement setting for those who threaten to undermine our perfect society. I trust I am making myself abundantly clear. Ever yours, Head Refresher Gould.
Don't hurt him, please. The Sovereign isn't at his best right now.
Personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould.
You're not here to harm him, are you? If so, I must warn you, I will defend the Sovereign to the fullest extent of my meager abilities. Why, I'm his attendant, of course. I have seen to the Sovereign's personal needs since he was a mere, but of course vibrant and robust, infant. You'll have to forgive him right now. As I said, he is not his best today.
My Sovereign, what have they done to you? No, and certainly not the embodiment of all that is the Protectorate. This is a greater crime than all I have witnessed.
Deserves what? Whatever do you mean? We've been here since it was determined that the Sovereign, long distraught over the loss of his family, was in need of mental refreshment. Since then, he has been receiving dedicated treatment from Head Refresher Gould himself.
You don't question any of what's happened?
Not at all. Why should I? One who questions betrays. No subject of the Protectorate would ever harm or knowingly allow harm to befall our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign, or consider such a thing. To even think such a thought is unthinkable. This stately form before you is the direct descendant of the matriarch herself. All we have, all any of us have, stems directly from the works of his family line. I will stay true to him and the Protectorate to the end. We all will.
Can we take you both elsewhere?
The Sovereign is receiving the finest possible care as he has every day of his life. Treatment outside the Protectorate is barbaric by comparison. Our system is perfect. Just leave us be.
I suppose there is nothing we can do at this juncture. Guard him well, Feld. I shall honor him, in health and infirmity alike. I swear it.
Placid Waters Wellnitarian here on Crater is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by head refresher Gould. The top
My blood boils at the consul's gall. Overtaking the Sovereign at this most vulnerable time for the Protectorate. He will pay 1,000 times for this treachery. Any fool enough to stand beside him will fall as well. Justice will spare none. None!
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our
Oh.
sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Should we take out Gould?
It is the duty of every subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so
Cognitive compliance is a key part of your prescribed curative regime. Think only prescribed thoughts, and no bliss and plenty. Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are
Medicament
not.
dispensement has concluded for today. Please proceed to the lecture hall.
Ah, here we are.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their
Hello.
assigned work?
You find my pitch ball?
Yes, I did.
Oh, commemorative pitch ball. I missed you so. Let's never part again. Suppose I'm ready to leave. Well, okay. Okay. Ready to go then, I suppose. If we get separated, I'll meet you there.
Subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability.
The tunnel out was right here. Oh, they put a poster over it. Take it down, and I can be off. This is all right neighborly of you. Can't thank you enough. Now, after you. By all means. Oh, and, last I heard from my daughter, Emily, she was off to Free Market Station. You meet us there. She'll surely give you a reward. Guess all outsiders aren't as bad as Prudence makes you out to be.
Protectorate propaganda. A draft can be felt coming from behind this poster. Tear down the poster.
The advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process.
Well, I feel mentally refreshed. Except when I think about the Sovereign.